Here's the deal. It's going to take a lot more time than you want it to. Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to talk about how you can start your weight loss journey in 5 simple steps. So the first and most important thing is to realize right off the bat that your weight loss journey is going to take way longer than you want it to. And that's just how it is. As humans, we want things quick and simple, and losing fat takes time. It takes time, hard work, and consistency. It sounds really simple, but it takes hard work to lose that stubborn fat. So yes, realize that it's going to take probably double or triple the amount of time that you are thinking that it's going to take. And also remember that consistency matters most. Perfection does not exist in this world. It just doesn't. Realize that right up front and you're gonna be good to go. The last point I want to make in this step is to also realize that you are in a caloric deficit when you're trying to lose fat. You will be hungry at times, and that is normal. That just means that your body is doing what it's supposed to, and it's using that fat as fuel rather than the calories that you're putting into your body. I know there's a lot of people out there that will say you don't have to be on a weight loss journey and be hungry and do the smallest amount of cardio. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you're hungry, it's because it's working. Alright, well, I'm headed off to work, and I'll see you in a little bit, and we'll talk about step number 2. Alright guys, let's talk about step number 2 when it comes to starting your weight loss journey. When you're starting your weight loss journey, you typically don't really know how many calories you are eating in a day. So what I recommend is for you to track what you are currently eating, like your current way of eating, in an app like MyFitnessPal for at least 7 days. That way you will know how many calories you're eating average throughout the week. From there, you can determine if you are eating too much or eating just the right amount. So are you gaining weight or are you maintaining your weight? Once you determine if you're gaining or maintaining, you can decide how many calories to take away from your daily caloric intake. If you're maintaining, I would suggest cutting out 200 to 300 calories per day and just see where that gets you in the first couple of weeks. I do feel like you should give it a couple of weeks before you make any changes, because sometimes the body is very slow to get started. And then after a couple of weeks, if you're still not losing enough, which enough for me is 1 pound a week, if you lose any more than that, it could be a little bit too fast to be a sustainable weight loss. But it also depends on how overweight you are. So the more overweight you are, the more you can lose in a week and it be healthy and sustainable. If you just have like 5 pounds to lose to get to your goal weight, a half a pound is great. Any more than that, it's gonna make it not that enjoyable, and you may not be able to keep that weight loss off once you reach your goal. Okay, so there's step number 2 when starting your weight loss journey. I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'll catch back up with you in a little bit and we'll discuss the next step. Alright, so step number 3, make sure you are getting in enough daily activity. And no, I'm not talking about walking on the treadmill or the elliptical or any other machine cardio. Yes, I do think that you should be doing some machine cardio to help with your caloric deficit, but if you're going all out at the very beginning of your journey, it's not going to be sustainable, and it's definitely not going to be fun. So I do highly recommend getting in some form of walking outside, enjoying the scenery, maybe doing some biking during the summer, which most of us are trying to lose weight during the summer. So bike riding is great. If you have hiking trails, go hiking. Just get in some daily activity. You can track your steps if you want to. That's not a big thing of mine, but I do bike rides. And then I also will walk from the house to the end of the driveway and back, which for me, that's a half a mile. but I just make sure to do that a few days a week. It's enjoyable and it gets me moving. So step number 3, very easy, very simple, such an easy thing to incorporate into your life, especially if you sit at a desk all day. So just get up, move, make sure you're getting daily activity in, and that will increase your caloric expenditure and keep you more healthy, as well as keeping your body tighter and looking better. We have 2 more steps to go, and I will share those with you in just a little bit. Alright guys, so for the last 2 steps for starting your fitness weight loss journey, make sure you're drinking your water. This is so important. Most of your body is made up of water. So imagine what you're doing to your body when you're not hydrating it. So I would recommend at least, at the minimum, get in 64 ounces of water. I do think that like between 80 and 100 ounces of water is more ideal, but you do not have to start out drinking that much. You can start off with 64 ounces, which is 8 cups of water a day, and work your way up depending on how you feel. So listen to your body. If you feel like you need to drink more water, drink more water. It'll also help with hunger while you're dieting. Sometimes a sign of dehydration is feeling hungry. When you're not really hungry, you just need to drink some water. So there's step number 4. The final and last thing that I'm going to talk about, well, it's not going to be the last thing I talk about, but here's the 5th step. Take photos, take body measurements, and if you don't mind the scale, use the scale. All 3 will help you determine if you're making progress. I know a lot of people don't like the scale because it can make you feel bad about yourself if you haven't lost any weight or if the scale goes up. Your body fluctuates on a day-to-day basis, so if you're going to use the scale, maybe try weighing for all 7 days of the week and then averaging that number at the end of the week, and then use the average number at the end of every week to gauge your progress. Don't go off of every day's number. We don't care about the daily weight. The average is most consistent. That's if you're going to use the scale. But if you're not going to use the scale, always take photos, because a lot of times you might feel like you're not making progress, but then you compare your starting photo to your week 2 or your week 4 or your, month 4, and you see like these amazing results that you didn't even realize that you achieved. So photos definitely are my favorite way of tracking my physical body progress, and then also taking measurements. So like around the narrowest part of your waist here, and I also like to do around the biggest part of my stomach and hip area. I just track the narrowest part of my waist right now, and that is how I know that I'm losing body fat while I'm in my cut. So yes, drink your water, and then for the 5th step, track your progress using photos and measurements and the scale if the scale does not bother you. Alright guys, so I'm here at Dana's. If you watched any of my videos before, you know that I absolutely love coming out here to sit and do a little work when it's nice outside and drinking a little bit of coffee. It's still hot. I wanted to go ahead and conclude the video, but before I do, there is a couple things I wanted to mention. So I didn't really go over the cardio topic, and my reason for that is because a lot of people like to just do cardio and go balls to the wall on the treadmill, the ellipticals, and all the cardio machines. And I just don't think it's absolutely necessary when you first start out. Yes, you do want to use cardio as a tool to create a further caloric deficit, but it's not something that you have to do an hour of every single day, especially starting out. You want to set a limit per week and then gradually increase that the further you get into your weight loss journey. Okay, with that being said, the absolute #1 thing that I want you to take from this entire video is, and this really should be step #1, just start. You're not going to get anywhere if you don't start. And whenever you fall, because you will, Don't start over. Just keep going. And that will go a long way. Alright guys, so I hope this video was helpful for you in any way. If it was, please leave a comment down in the comment box below. And subscribe to see further videos. I do some day in the life videos. I do food videos, recipes. I share my macros. I kind of tell you what I'm doing in my personal life. And, you know, just a lot of fun stuff. And if there's anything that you would like to see, you can always let me know in the comments. So I will be doing a follow-up video after this one. It might not be the next video, but it will be soon hereafter, about how to continue your weight loss journey after you've already implemented all of these steps. I hope you guys liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.